Alright, so this pack, the Simpsons pack, was made using the Gif Looper, and this is a newer version 2.0, so I thought I'd do a quick tutorial on some of the new things you can do and some of the things to look out for when you're going through this process. So we're going to go through that pretty soon. You're going to find all these links in the description so you can follow along. So let's get started. First thing you want to do is create a Unity account. You want to go to this page, put your email, username, and then create a Unity ID. Once you have that done, you want to download the Unity Hub. So this guy right here, you want to go ahead and install that. Think of it like a launcher for the different versions of Unity that you'll be installing. And then you want to go to the Unity archive and download 2018 4.2.1. I uninstalled it so we can go through the process. I'm going to go through it through the hub, so let's do that. Once you have the Unity Hub installed, you want to open it like this, go to installs, and then you want to add a version. The version's not here, so we go to the download archive. Once the archive opens up, you want to go to 2018, then 2018.421. Alright, so I'll go through the install process. I'll probably skip forward, but alright, so this is pretty important. You want to have these things checked out. So you want the iOS, the Android, the Unity build there, the Mac support. If you know you're just going to do iOS, you can just check that and the Unity. But if you want to build this out to Android, you want to have that selected as well. And if you're going to do a Mac pack, then you want this selected as well. So go ahead and hit next. And you can install anywhere on the C drive, so let's find that. I'm just going to install in my program files Unity. I made a folder called Unity Installs. I'm just going to rename this again to 1F1. Alright. Right, hit OK. And alright, hit next. Alright, so I'm going to skip forward. Once this installs, it'll take a bit. Alright, so now that's done. And we want to hit finish. And we want to locate that on our drive. That was in program files, Unity installs, and then this guy here, and you want to go in the editor and find the actual exe and select it, and it should show up here. So now you're able to open up the Gif Looper with this project. You also, if you want to develop with Android, you want to go and get the Android Studio. So just Google Android Studio, and then you can just download the whole thing, or you can find the one that works for you. For Windows, I'll grab this guy, and you want to install that, and then you want to start it so it loads everything, and then you can develop for Android as well. Let's make some loops now. So Julian made this really nice web app that you can import your loops, or you can generate your own from Giphy. So let's look at that. So here's the Gif Looper generator. You just add it, go to Giphy, and I was searching Simpsons. I searched that. All these loops come up. So here's kind of the one I searched right there. And it'll kind of give you a timeline, and I'm going to hit confirm. We can add another. Simpsons search. And let's do this guy. Right? And you can see when they're loaded in, the timing kind of changes. So his generator actually conforms it to a certain timing. And so we'll be able to mess with that later inside Unity, but I just wanted to show you. Also, it kind of crops it a little bit based on the aspect, so it'll fill it. So this is good for most things, but sometimes you want to do your own custom GIFs, and that's when you use this frame size. So if you're working in After Effects or Photoshop, you want to use this, these frame dimensions, and then you can go back to his Gif Looper and add it from file. So you can add this from your desktop instead of just from Giphy. Also, there's a little limitation with Giphy here. So if you scroll all the way down, it doesn't load anymore. So you're kind of stuck with these guys. So the way to get around that is to add it from URL. So you can search Giphy, the regular website, and then just copy and paste the URL here if you need a specific GIF. I think these are going to work fine. So type that again and grab Bart doing this movement over here, and we'll do one more. And search. And let's do this guy. Alright, so once you get a few that you like, you can add up to 14 because there's 14 buttons on the white keys. So what you're doing, you're taking the motion track, you're adding your GIFs on these white keys. So there's 14 buttons here, and then the black keys are going to have your effects. So just remember that. And so once you fill these guys up, you hit download over here, and it's going to compress them and conform them and make a sprite sheet for you, and also name them correctly. So it's doing a lot of work for you. So you want to copy that. I made a little tutorial pack here. I'm going to paste it. Make a content folder. Right, so I got 4 here, and now I'm going to download the Gif Looper. So I'm going to go over to Brad's website here, Synthpaks. So go to synthpaks.com. Alright, and it should be on the front page. Just click on that. You want to add this to cart, and it's free, so you just add it, update it, check it out, and then you'll download it. And once it's downloaded, you just want to throw it in a folder. It'll come in like a zip file, so it'll be the zip file right here, and you'll see a version number and all that. So you extract it, and here's the project. So this is the root of the project, and then here are all your assets. So when you load the project in the Unity Hub, you want to select this folder, the top root. But before you do that, you want to take these GIFs that you just generated. I'm going to copy these guys. I'm going to go to the template project that I just extracted. Go to Assets, GIFs, and then you see these are all named in a certain way. So if you go back here, you can see that these are named correctly from the output, and it broke it down in these really nice 1-second sprite packs right here. So these are going to be your frames of animation inside of Unity. So let's go back here, go back to the Unity project or the Gif Looper pack, assets, GIFs, and then we're going to paste it in there, and you want to replace these files. So I just replaced the first 4, and we're going to load that up into Unity now. So let's go back to the hub, Unity Hub, and go to projects. We're going to add a project. We're going to go to this tutorial, and here's the project I want to add. So select this root folder. So it's going to pop it up. It's going to identify what Unity version it is, and it's gonna take this install that you just added right here. So it'll show the latest version, and you just click on it. So it's gonna load Unity. It's also going to take those Gifs and conform the first 4 that we loaded in there. So it's going to automatically conform those as it's loading the project. So this might take a second. Okay, so once it loads, it kind of has a funky layout when it loads up. So I'm just going to change that really quick. I'm just going to go to the default, and this is a little easier for me. And this slider down here, you can change it into a list view if you slide it all the way to the left. You want to go to your assets and click on this guy here. So this is your scene you're working with, and in order to have it a proper name, you have to change it down here in the asset label. So you want to remove this light years, and the way you do that is hit none, and then remove unused names, and then new, and let's type in test 01. Right, so this is going to be the name that shows up on your OPZ pack when it's in the iOS app. So just be aware of that, and you have to create a name for it. All right, so once that's done, let's plug in the OPZ and turn it on, and then plug it into your computer. All right, let's change some of the speed of these GIFs that we just imported. You kind of want to do this to match the BPM that you're looking for. You want to go ahead and hit play. So once that starts up, get on the motion track with your OPZ plugged in and kind of go down the line. So let's work with these 4 that I imported. I like the speed of this. This is going to take 1 beat. So let's say you have 4 beats in a bar. So this is going to hit on 1 beat. We can kind of see that here. All right, so I'm gonna disable that really quick. All right, let's go to the second animation. I think this is going too fast, so we're gonna change that. And how we do that is we go in our top row here, our assets, and we check out the animations. And how you get to this window over here, you just go to Window, Animation, and just call up this editor. So this editor will pop up, and then once you select on these animations, then this will become active. The sprite will be active. And you want to head over to the samples area and turn this to 30, which plays over 2 beats. So if you listen to it now, all right, so that's playing over 2 beats. And unfortunately, the OPZ frames or beats per minute aren't going to match up inside the editor. So the way you kind of get around that, you call up the patches over here. All right, call up the patcher, and you want to go to this Videolab input, and you want to, the way you debug the tempo, you kind of move the slider up and down. So I know that my tempo is at 120 on the OPZ, and you just want to match it to the editor, and this is how you match it. So this will give you an accurate representation of the actual beats playing. So if you ever want to sync everything perfectly, that's how you do it with the editor and the OPZ. So yeah, unfortunately, the OPZ will not push out its tempo. So all right, so that's how you do that, and let's keep going down. So number 3, this is going too fast too, so I'm gonna go ahead and change it to 30. Number 4, this is going too fast. I'm gonna go to change it to 30, and you just keep going down the line until you get to 14, and that should be it for the speed. So you just want to adjust the speed based on your taste. You can arbitrarily change these if you want. You can dial them up to how you like it. But this is going to give you a nice synced 2 beats. And so listen, now you want to half it, which really helps. All right, so let's talk about some effects now, actually. All the effects are going to be placed on the main camera. You slide this guy over here, you'll see all the effects in line. And how you're going to add any different effects to this pack. You want to add component. And I haven't added a ramp yet, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. So you can add this guy here. And the way you kind of swap these effects out in this template, you want to go to the patches, go to open patcher, and you can see all the effects here. And these are going to have correlating notes or triggers, and they're numbers that are correlating to the OPZ, and they're the black keys. So you want to check out this visual guide, and then this will tell you the exact note number to type in here. So that's how you swap out these guys. So if you don't want the halftone, which is this effect right here, you don't want the halftone effect, you want to go to the event out, and then let's swap it out for the ramp. You find the ramp, and then you would hit bowl enabled, and you do the same thing for this event out. So you have to switch them for both of these, and then you have a ramp instead of halftone. So that's how you're gonna switch out those effects, and that's really it. So just make sure your asset label is correctly named. And then you want to remove the unused names, and then you want to go up to build Videopaks and hit build. Okay, I'm going to put it over here, select it. Okay, and make sure you're out of play mode. Alright, so it's going to build, and it might take a while. It has to compress all the GIFs into another form or a lightweight format. So it's going to go through all the GIFs right now and build your pack. Alright, so your pack just finished. Just finished building, and you want to open up iTunes to install it on your iPad or your iPhone. This is going to work straight off the bat with iOS for sure. With Android, you're going to have to tweak some settings, and the way you do that, you want to go to project settings, and you want to go to the player. All right, and since if you install that Android SDK, then it will recognize it, and you just want to say yes. So now all your Android stuff has been properly placed, and it should work to build your Android pack. So open up iTunes, and you want to go to file sharing, navigate towards the OPZ app there, and you see the Videopaks folder's already in there. And then you want to navigate towards the build that you just created, and inside your folder you're going to see an Android, iOS, OS X, and this is the actual build of the pack. You just want to make a folder called Videopaks, put this guy in there, and then just replace it in here. You'll get a replace warning, and you just want to hit replace. Alright, and what'll happen, it'll replace, if you have other Videopaks in there, it'll replace everything. So you could also drag this out and then put your pack in there and then drag it back in. I think that works with Macs, but I don't think it works with PC. So you just want to have all your Videopaks like in one folder. I think I have something like this over here. Yeah, so I have something ready to go, and with all my Videopaks in here, and so I just have that ready to drag and drop over here. So I replace that guy, and it can be pretty beefy too. I think you can have a lot of files in here. So right now my directory has 100 megabytes, which is pretty crazy, but you don't want to get too crazy, because I think what happens when you load the Videopaks, it loads them all at one time. So all these things are going to play when you start the OPC app, and that might make things a little laggy. So just be wary of that, and you don't want to overload it. But that's it. It should play. You should see it in your app, and you just want to navigate and launch it, and you should be ready to go. All right. Have fun making packs, and if you have any more questions, you can head over to the Discord channel and ask away. We're more than happy to help with any questions. And another shout out to Bolt. We're still using his awesome music for the tutorials, so hope you're enjoying it, and give the rest of his stuff a listen. All right, later y'all.